Hello, good afternoon. I'm sorry, this is the time I'm finally making it here. I was getting ready to come on my live, and then I received a guest that was very important. When I say very important, a guest that I really had to talk to because this guest, he had told me he was going to come, but he didn't give me a good time. Like I just told him, come, not thinking he's going to come when I'm going to be on my live stream. But he's gone. And here we are. Team Kenya, I know you guys are going to bed. And you can watch this tomorrow. This is our weekly podcast where we talk about health and wellness. So if you're finding me for the first time, please go ahead and like my page and share this video. That's what I was doing before I head out to talk about what we need to talk about today. Okay, so I have a YouTube channel. So go on YouTube and please subscribe and share with your friends so we can keep the discussion going. Would appreciate your support. I'm going to pin the YouTube channel so you can have it, access it easily. There it is. I'm going to pin it. Okay, so if you're finding me for the first time, my name is Penny. I come here 6 days a week and I try to keep it between 10 and 20 minutes max, just to encourage one person, inspire one person, and if it's possible, if you can learn something, I'd really feel blessed because that's why we are here, and that's why we try to use these social media spaces for things that can help other people. So today, I wanted to talk about our wellness, overall wellness, because we've talked about finances, we've talked about relationships, we've spoken about different things. But as I'm interacting with people each day, I'm finding out that most of us do not take care of ourselves. We are so busy taking care of the children, we are so busy taking care of the parents, we are so busy taking care of our relatives, but we really don't have a clear outline where we are saying that, you know what, today is the day for me to make sure I eat well, to make sure I'm resting well, to make sure that, you know, my skin is not dry, it's nice and moistened, things like that. Little things where you're just focusing on yourself, on your self care, because you know we've lost people, or right now we have people in the hospital who neglected themselves. They were so busy caring for the children, they were so busy caring for their spouses, they were so busy caring for their, maybe their job, they don't want to call out, and then now finally they break down and end up sick in a hospital, and now you're depending on people because you did not get yourself together. Why are we in this culture? We are in this culture because we're humans, and even in America back in the day, people were raised and trained to take care of everybody. You will hear somebody tell you about their grandmother, how she cooked and she used to have people over, how their grandmother took so and so in, how the grandma took the children of so and so in. We hear these stories of grandparents taking in everybody. And as time has gone by, we have become a society where we are so worried about everybody but ourselves. But you know, your heart, your mind, your soul is so important because that's the only way you're going to be productive. The people who really take time to take care of themselves, you'll find that people will call them selfish. People will call them like mean. People will tell you that you're this, you're that, because you're thinking that you need to make sure you're eating well, you need to make sure you're saving some money, the money that you're making. You need to make sure that your children are okay before you go to help other people's children. Society doesn't even really smile at those people like that, but you find that you're raising children that are so bitter, that are so angry, that their parents didn't have time for them because they were so busy helping other people. That is very common among us, the Africans. Even in America, you find that a parent is so busy with everything else, but no time with their children one on one. If you're married, you're so busy with everybody else, you don't have time for your spouse. We look at our politicians, even in America, and my heart breaks for their spouses because these politicians, for whatever reason, they have this drive where they're telling everybody, we will save you, we will help you, we will take your children to school, we will make sure that there's employment. The politicians are out there promising everybody how they're going to help them, but their children, but their wives, but their husbands. Once you start serving the community, it is very, very easy to forget yourself and you start serving other people. So the Bible says, what gain is it for you to gain the whole world and lose your soul? And that's why every Friday we talk about wellness. And as I told you earlier, I think it was yesterday, a couple years back, I went on a journey of a weight loss journey, and I say I've received your emails, and I'm going to meet you guys in your emails, and we can talk. It takes a lot of discipline and consistency to be able to get to where some of us are. It has taken a lot of work, a lot of years. This is when you see my body and you like my body, it's a body that has been taken care of for 20 plus years, let's say since I started having children, especially for us women. We gain that weight after we have the children. Betty, I see you, good morning, or rather good afternoon. After childbirth, for the men, maybe some is alcohol, maybe some is just being relaxed where you're doing nothing. But you have to be intentional about your well-being. I'm turning 50 next month. I'm very much excited. It's in 30 days, I'll be 50 years old. And the first thing I hear from people when I say I'm turning 50, you don't look 50. What is 50 supposed to look like? Do you guys ever ask yourselves, what is 40 supposed to look like? What is 30 supposed to look like? What is 60 supposed to look like? Is there a certain way you're supposed to look at a certain age? No, I don't think so. It is how the people assume when you're in your 50s, you should have gained a lot of weight, accumulated a lot of body fat, and all these things that come with age, because your metabolism slows and things happen. Sometimes you're just tired, you don't feel like getting up and going for a walk, you don't feel like going to just do the food shopping. You give up. And once you give up, you find yourself in a situation where you've neglected yourself. So now you look 50, now you look 60, now you look 70 because you are not motivated. This morning when I went to the gym at the Y, there was like a group of old people, like I think you have to be maybe 50 plus or 60 plus, I don't know the age cut. And they were doing physical fitness, but they have chairs. Each one of them, they were in an auditorium, and the whole auditorium was full, right? These women or these men, the senior citizens, they could be in their house seated, but that interaction that is there, that instructor, for 1 hour out of your busy schedules to even do body stretches, and actually did yoga for the first time. I've never done yoga. I did yoga for the first time, and I didn't even realize yoga was a total body stretch and focus. And in the end, the last 5 minutes of the class, the teacher spoke up today. I don't know if every week they change. Today she spoke about loneliness. She said, if you find yourself lonely, if you find like there's nobody to talk to you, you're in your quiet time, she said, take time, take a deep breath, and find something that you're passionate about and do it. When you're going to find something, if it's knitting, in fact, I just got an order to make these necklaces. Somebody just brought me these necklaces for me to fix them and put a hook on them. That is a project I'm looking forward to because I'm good with my hands. If I'm going to fix this and sell it to somebody, I would have created a network. What that lady said, in your lonely time, in your alone, like quiet time, discover yourself. Some of you don't even know what your gifts are. Some of you don't know what ability you have because you've never had a long time where you're going to try and focus and say, am I good at crocheting? Am I good at writing? Am I good at this? Take a book in your quiet time. and discover yourself. She said, take a deep breath, drink a lot of water, and discover yourself. Once you discover yourself with something that you're very passionate about and you bring it out, you are eventually going to start connecting with people. Because if I'm like now, I'm about to talk to you about the Juice Plus. If I'm selling the Juice Plus and I'm doing something that is so personal for my wellness, I'm going to tell you that, you know what, when you start taking this and that, this is going to happen. And then I'll tell you, I was talking to my mentor through Juice Plus, and she was explaining to me that when you first get into the Juice Plus, you have to do it for like 4 months. It is set in a way that you do it for 4 months. And she gave me a good explanation. She said, you have to take this for 4 months consistently to see the change. Now, as someone who's going to introduce you to this, what we are going to do is to tell you to come into a Zoom meeting where we are going to have a dietitian, where we are going to have a nutritionist, where we might have a life coach. We have these Zoom meetings every now and then where people, regular people like me and you, are going to come and say, oh yeah, I started my journey this and this and time. So we are going to start virtually meeting. And when you see me in that Zoom meeting, you might not know me for the first time you log in. But if you keep logging in, you're going to see me and you're going to be like, I know that lady. And eventually, if I'm in your area, because I like to travel for fun, you're going to be like, oh, Penny, stop by, let's have lunch. Then I'll get to know you. So that, what that lady was saying, from my passion of eating well, from my passion of my wellness, and trying to live a healthy life and trying to encourage other people, it's going to give me an opportunity to meet other people now that I have to interact with. Hello. You good? What's up? Everything is good? Oh, it's good. In the bathroom, go wash your hands. Okay? So when you find purpose in your loneliness, when you discover yourself in your quiet time, you're going to find something to do that is going to connect you. And once we get into those Zoom meetings, we'll be like, okay, what did you learn? How are you doing? Because this Juice Plus is not an easy thing to do. I have to be honest with you. That is the honest truth. It's six capsules that you have to take a day. So for me, I have scheduled a time when I'm going to take them, which is probably around 3:30 when I leave work, and I take them with a porridge. So I have to try take two. That's a lot. Believe me, I'm behind. I have not been successfully been able to execute this and take them faithfully. But I keep telling myself that 2023, I was going to do it. I was going to be faithful because my knees are bothering me. Sometimes my shoulders, the arthritis is acting up. So I promised myself to get myself in the place that I want to be. Ryan, I have to be. Oh, am I breaking up? Why is this network not good? Betty, am I good? Oh. Am I good now? Somebody tell me I'm good. Betty, tell me I'm good. I'm going to wait until somebody tells me, am I okay now? We changed into Verizon and it's been horrible. Somebody tell me if I'm good. On my laptop, it looks fine. On my phone, it looks fine. Somebody tell me I'm good. Because if I'm breaking, then I'm not. I'm going to wait.
drink? No. Can I drink this? Huh?
Oh, I think I'm good. Huh?
Can I drink this?
Yeah, test it.
It's an energy drink?
It's an energy drink.
Does it have wine in it?
No,
Got
it's soda.
Oh,
Yes.
it's fizzy.
Yeah, it's like soda. Anyway, Betty, are you still there or you dropped? I need someone to tell me the network is fine. So I don't want to talk for nothing.
Oh no, it's coming out.
On my end, it looks fine. I took a pause for someone to tell me that I'm clear. Who is there? You see yourself?
I don't like that. Huh? I don't like when it's like off timing with that one.
Yeah, I was trying to wait to make sure they can hear me.
They can't hear you?
I was wondering that I was talking and then
someone told me. Talk really loud, scream, and they can hear me?
No, I'm thinking they can hear you. But you know what? I'm going to continue. No, okay. They can hear me.
Well, then just watch the live over.
Let me see if I can put a comment myself to see if it will go through. If the comment, then I'm good. Okay, so I'll continue talking. Anyway, so yeah, I was saying through the program, once we join the program, what we are going to do, that group that I'm going to create, where we are going to try and have that meeting. In Kenya, we have a different time zone where we can check on each other, because I'm telling you, I'm personally not keeping up with these capsules, because some days I take, some days I don't take. So what I did yesterday to make it easy for me, I have 6 bottles. I took 3 of them to the car. So they are sitting in the car. So when I'm in the car, I can take them, unlike me trying to get them ready in the morning. So that is how I'm planning to start taking them. So when we meet, we are going to talk about that. So anyway, moving on to what we wanted to talk about today. We need to learn. Yes.
This thing at the because at the bottom it like does that. And then,
you know, you have to learn to. Remember, I told you, don't just ask for help. Ask for help when now you're defeated.
No, go back to your video.
Okay. You're good? Okay. So there's a few things that we need to learn, so that way we are able to take care of our nutrition, because these juice plus capsules, they cost money. A lot of us don't understand how money works. That's why for the most part, you find that people are not even able to afford good food, because they don't understand how money works. What does the economics itself, do you understand what that means? So I'm going to read it for you from this book. I told you it's a very good book. It's a money book that you're supposed to get. It tells you it's the study of how people work together with the materials that they need, okay? And then let's talk about resources, the things that go into making goods and services. There are 3 types of resources. There's natural resources, there's human resources, there's capital resources, and there is there's natural, human, and capital resources. Okay. Then number 4, we talk about the supply and demand, where you're the supplier. Somebody is supplying me this because there is a demand. Somebody wants wellness products, so somebody is going to supply, the other one is going to demand. The consumer is the person that takes in the product. Once you have the product, we are going to come out there and tell you where are the consumers, people who consume the product that has been made, okay? The producer is somebody who produces things so they can sell, okay? There are people who do direct sales, the people who go through another person. And when you're going to learn about Juice Plus, what you're going to know is like there is the person that who's going to consume, there's one who can consume and sell. So I'm in the consume and sell. So you refer to the other person. When you refer another person, then you can also create income from marketing the product after you've used the product and the product is working for you. Then we have credit, where you borrow money. Sometimes we borrow money, like this Juice Plus is hooked to my credit card. So when my credit card is deducted, that means I have paid with my credit card. So you have to understand that you have bought something on credit. When do you plan to buy? There are companies that give you things on credit where you're taking something, installments on layaway where you pay monthly. Sometimes they can break up your payments. You don't have to pay everything cash. Okay. When you're financing on, or you're taking things on layaway, or you're splitting things, there is a finance charge. I don't want to take this Juice Plus. They're costing $10. By the time they charge the finance charge, I'm paying $20. So you need to look at the finance charges once this light. It's reflecting. Yeah, that's better. Once you're buying something that you're using your credit card or you're using borrowed money, you should ask yourself, how much am I going to pay by the time I'm done? Okay. Unpaid balances. When you borrowed money to take care of yourself or to do something, some of you, you're being drained because you owe so much money, and your little money that you're making, your income is going on the APR. Is it the right word? APR, yeah? Annual percentage, yeah, rates, okay? And then we have employment. Those people who are employed, you're doing work so you can get a paycheck. So you say, my next paycheck, I'm going to take X amount of money and invest in my nutrition. Some of you, you're self-employed. If you're self-employed, you need to sit and say, you know what, I'm going to take X amount of money, and you know what, I'm going to invest it in my health and wellness. You have to pay yourself first before you do what? You pay other people. Now, a lot of us, after we've done so many of those are just a few things that I needed to read. There are so many, but if you get this book, there are like 30. They tell you how to invest. They tell you how to plan your money. If you plan your money well, you're able to take care of your nutrition. Now, this is not a fix. This is not a solution to your health. You cannot take this and your diabetes is gone. You can't take this and your blood pressure goes down. You can't take this and your anxiety goes away. You're not going to take these food capsules and then you're all of a sudden you're healed. Or after 4 months you're healed. No, you have to sit down and tell yourself prevention is better than cure. It's good to prevent diseases than trying to cure diseases. So if you decide to say that prevention is better than cure, what are you going to do? You're going to start investing in your proper diet. So the first thing that I'll tell you guys to do is take a piece of paper and a pen. I showed you guys my book. I have my 2023 book that is representing that woman. Take a pen and sit down and write the things that you want to do for your health and wellness. Do what people will call an analysis. Look at yourself, where you are. Are you diabetic? What kind of sickness are you dealing with right now? And ask yourself that if you don't have the sickness, what can you do to prevent the sickness? Okay. Go on Google, go on TEDx, and try to figure out how you can get a balanced diet. How do you get a balanced diet? You're going to sit down and write the 7 days of the week and decide how you're going to eat. It's called a meal plan. You have to do that meal plan and say, on such and such a day, I'm going to cook pasta. On this day, I'm going to cook rice. On this day, I'm going to cook spinach. On this day, I'm going to cook cabbage. Sit down and be intentional. In fact, I told you guys I have my fancy book. But you can buy this book in America for $1. This book, or $2. This book is the same book like this. You don't have to have a fancy book. Take a simple book like this, write the dates, and try to track what you're eating Monday through Friday. What are you eating? Are you getting enough rest? When was the last time you just rested? When was the last time you just reflected on yourself? You got quiet time. Write it here. So that your number one is to be intentional and put everything down and ask yourself where you want to go. And in the process, you're going to create the proper diet for you. If you have insurance, some insurances cover for a nutritionist or a dietitian, or some of them even cover for a therapist. Some of them even, you have a primary doctor. Combine all those professionals and try to come up with a proper diet for you. Number 2, create time for exercise. I cannot stress enough how important it is for you to move your body parts. Just even moving them, just even doing simple exercises, body stretches, it will reduce your blood pressure, it will reduce your stress, you are going to think even better. Create a time every day and write it down. Remember, always have a pen. Write down when you're going to exercise. Be clear about it. Number 3, get into the habit. Water is free. Get into the habit of drinking water. When you drink water, something happens. You have to urinate. Some of you, when you urinate, your urine is colored. It's yellow. I'm telling you, you don't understand how you're suppressing your body from their normal body functions because you don't have enough water to flush everything through your body so you can have the waste products. And some of you need to know, you don't even know when the last time you had your bowel movement. Some of you do not track your bowel movement. You don't know if you went number 2 on Monday, you went on Tuesday. Some of you can even go a whole week, you've not gone number 2. Why? It's because you've not been eating properly. Because if you're eating properly and drinking properly, you should be able to pass these wastes with no problems. You should be able to urinate with no problems. They tell you to take 8 glasses of water. I don't think that is realistic, but you can do at least 6. Get in a habit of buying a thermos and just drinking water. Such a simple exercise can help your brain circulation. It can even help you start thinking better and how you're going to grow your income or how you're going to have a good attitude. Because some of you, you don't have good attitudes. That's why people don't want to be with you. That's why you have broken relationships, because you have a bad attitude. Number 4, when people see people going to the beach, they think, I don't even know what you think if I told you that go to the beach and just bask on the sun. The beach is a nice place where you lay your mat and you just consume the sun. Number 2, you need the sunshine in your system. Now, we drink the vitamin D here. Okay. This one supports the bone, the teeth, and the muscle. I do vitamin D. Okay. And then I do vitamin C, right? Some of these vitamins we do, and then I do the multivitamins, okay? Some of these vitamins that we do them because we don't have access to the sun. Some of you have access to the sun. It is very, very important to have access to the sun. To even go. For New Jerseyans, once winter or summer ends, that's the end of it. If you are in a place where there is the sun, expose yourself to the sun. Sun is as important as everything else in your diet. I also do, I forgot to tell you on drinking water that I take the cranberry multivitamins, okay? It's a dietary supplement. It's used to support the urinary tract health, meaning your urinary tract infection is reduced by X amount of number. I don't know how much, but I do this every day because I want to take care of myself so my body is working well, So I've not had a UTI in so many years, but you can get them as you're getting older. You stand a chance to get UTIs. So if you can afford, get the cranberry tablets. If you can, I mean vitamins. If you can't afford, you can even eat the cranberries. Okay, that's number 4. Number 5, get fresh air. People underestimate the power of breathing fresh air. If you don't know the power of fresh air, ask people who are in jail. If you talk to anybody who's been in jail, I know they take them in the back and open at the back with the guards, and they let them wander around in the backyard while they are being watched. But some of us, we are not in jail. We are putting ourselves in jail. We are not taking advantage of the simple things like just going outside to breathe fresh air. Just to breathe fresh air, inhale, exhale, inhale. So if you live in an area where, of course, you're safe, you should live in a safe area. You take your time before it's dark and just take a walk so you can breathe fresh air. You can do 30 minutes, you can do an hour. For us who have time, we do an hour. I leave my house, I walk all the way to the Quick Check, where like a kiosk in Kenya, and I buy coffee and then I walk back. All I'm doing is just breathing fresh air. Do not underestimate the power of breathing fresh air. Number 6, sleep is something that is very important. It takes me, once I get to bed, which is 11, which is very late, I'm working on trying to get to bed at 10 because I wake up at 5. Once I get to bed, it takes me 5 minutes, literally less even than 5 minutes. I try to read a book. Sometimes I read the book until the book falls off my hands. Once I sit there to read, if I'm tired enough, I just fall asleep. But if I'm not very tired, I'll read through. But when I put the book down to go to sleep, it takes me 5 minutes to go to sleep, less. And I have to use an alarm to wake up. If I don't use an alarm to wake up, I won't wake up. But I believe that is the case because if you follow me, or if you've been following me, I'm very occupied with myself the whole day. I have the chicken, I'm going to work, I'm going shopping, I have to go to the thrift store. I don't even track my steps. I was thinking, but it wasn't in my budget and I still can't afford it, unless one of you wants to buy me. I wanted a thing that tracks your steps. You can put it on the phone, but it's not the same. I must cover so many steps a day. And once you go to the gym or you exercise, you're going to sleep well. So look at the time, chart how much time you're sleeping, chart the time you went to bed, chart the time you woke up. Okay? And then number 7 is the proper attitude. Attitude is everything. What you spill out is what you get. If you have a bad attitude, people are going to give you a bad attitude. A good attitude doesn't come natural. We are human beings. We are born with some behaviors that, some we inherited, some were modeled to us by our parents, some have been modeled to us by the co-workers. We hang out with people. If they use, like my job, they use the F word. I've been with them. The team that I'm in now, it's going to 2 years. They use the F word, but have never just settled with the F word. So with time, every now and then I can try to practice to use the F word, then I pull myself out. No, that's not me. So your attitude and the people you surround yourself with, they can affect your health and wellness. If you're with people who are always annoyed, who are always exploiting, exploding, they affect your health and wellness. So choose wisely who you're surrounding yourself with. Today is a day I call Penny Day, the day I celebrate me, the day my goodness, I'm so peaceful because after I had all these children, I realized that I was giving myself too much to everybody but myself. So Penny Day, I wake up at my own pace, I eat a big breakfast, I can go to the gym, I go to the thrift store, I'm going to go do my nails, later today. I usually schedule my massages once a month, things like that. And it makes me so happy to know that I have dedicated a day for me. So I try to spend it with people that bring me joy. I try to spend my spare time with people that inspire me, with people that are going to tell me something that is going to add value to my life. Anybody that brings all these things that I don't want to hear, I remove them from my life. So your attitude that you give and your attitude that people give, the attitude that people give you. Okay? Mental illness and wellness is very, very important. Do not underestimate the power of the brain, the things you feed your brain, because it's very easy to lose yourself. You're thinking everything is okay and everything is not okay. You have to sit down to evaluate yourself and tell yourself, okay, this is not okay, this is okay. You don't want to find yourself snapped and you're in a mental institution because you lost your mind without thinking twice. Because you all these things went on, you fell into depression, and now you cannot bring yourself back. So mental wellness is such an important thing. Okay. And I started with finances. I told you, if you don't have money, you're not going to be able to purchase all these things that I'm taking. Okay. I'm taking all this because I can afford on a regular basis to go and, and fill them. And I can also afford to buy fresh food, right? And by the way, I forgot the omega-3. I take the omega-3 too. I can go and afford this without a hard time. I also do the powder. If you don't like water, to drink water, these pouches are sold in Walmart if you're in America. Their vitamin is 1,000 mg vitamin C, daily immune support system. I'm literally guarding my system 100%. You cut this pouch and you pour it in, and it's like soda. It's more like, you're drinking water, especially if you don't like to drink water. Okay, those ones who are in Kenya, we can always find a way to send you these things if they're not where you are. So you cannot do anything without finances. You need the money. So you have to really get your finances together. And finally, trust in God. Because in the yoga class that I went today, they said that when you go into total silence and total tranquility, you lay there like mind, body, soul, everything. You have to trust a higher being. You have to believe that there's somebody higher than you. There's something bigger out there for you that's waiting for you. It can't just be you. No. There is something bigger waiting for you. And you have to seek that big thing to get it. See why I need a studio? Guys, pray for me. I need a studio because the disruptions here are so many. You got the shoes?
Yes.
Okay. I need a place where it's total quiet so I can even do the meditation with you and take your deep breaths and talk about self-care with no disruptions, because I'm in my living room and people are coming in and out. So trust in God and have that spiritual journey. For those ones who follow me faithfully, I started daily devotional that I do at night, at the end of the night. Although for the ones who are in Kenya, you get it in the morning. I used to do it in the morning, and I'm still trying to do it in the morning. But because I sit down to type it, it takes me a minute to put it together. But I'm working hard to find a way to type it and have it ready for you guys. In fact, I'm thinking I'm going to find someone that I'm going to pay to do those daily devotionals for me. So if somebody wants, I think I can pay how much? How much can I pay? If I pay $1 a day, 100 shillings, right? For each post is 30 days. So $30, that's 3,000 shillings for Kenyans. So if I send you a picture of the devotion and you type it and you send it to me every day, that will help me. I just send you the way the devotional is, the what I've picked, back to me. So that's a job right there. Somebody can earn 3,000 shillings. That's not bad. 3,000 K to just write a devotional and send it back to me, because I want to share it, but it takes me so much time to put, to type it, and I don't have too much time. So whoever is watching me and is able to do that for me, I'll appreciate. I just need to get it every day. For $1 a day, it's not so bad, yeah? 3,000 shillings, you can buy lunch with it, yeah? 100 shillings a day. Not bad, just to type something and send it to me. And don't tell me it's little money, because that's how much I can afford. So, I think I've covered most of the things that I wanted to cover. And I would like, you know what, let me pin my number. So for those ones who are interested, actually email, I was going to do the email. To learn more and join us in that class that we want to start, so that way we check on each other and we motivate each other, and wherever area that you're interested in, we'll work together so we can get you in the place where you want to go. But we would like to meet on a regular basis. So I'm thinking of a time that can be good for us here and Kenya. And I don't know what day is good for us to have that wellness check. But we are going to discuss that once I think I have like 5 to 6 people right now. We have to check each other to make sure that, you know what, we are doing the prevention. We start with prevention is better than cure. You do your proper diet, you do your exercise, you drink your water, you get some sunlight, you get fresh air, you get good sleep, you get a proper attitude, you get your mental wellness checked, and then you get your finances together, and then you trust in God that everything is going to work for all those who love God. Thank you so much for watching. Keep in touch. Prioritize your health. If you're interested in this, inbox me in the Juice Plus food in a capsule. We will talk and I'll guide you through. Don't underestimate the power of taking care of yourself. Take control of yourself. Let not other people look at you and say, "Oh, I wish. Why didn't she? Why didn't she?" Don't wait until you're taking medication is when you're going to start this. Prevent all those diseases before they come by taking care of yourself. Then the other thing I wanted to say, I'm glad I remembered, the reason why these capsules are good. Some days you can come home. You know what, Brandon? Give me that powder there. Do you see the powder? Oh, it's right there.
You want your food in the fridge?
Yeah?
Food in the fridge, you want that?
No. The reason why I recommend even supplements, we can get so busy, we don't have time to cook. That's number one. So even if you don't cook, you'd have got all your nutrients. Number two, when your body is well nourished, you will have the strength and weight to make a proper meal. Because what happens, why a lot of you eat junk food, it's because you don't have time to make the food. But when your body is well taken care of, it's not going to crave to eat junk. Your body can work itself for you to go through preparing a meal instead of just grabbing anything, because now you're feeling dizzy, you're feeling lightheaded. But when you have your food, you have your fruits in, you have your vegetables in, you have your berries in, yeah? And your smoothie, the smoothie, this takes a minute to make. So for right now, I'm doing the beetroots, I'm doing the banana, the avocado, I'm also doing the pineapple and blueberries. All those fruits except the banana and avocado are frozen. I went and bought all of them and I cut them and I put them in the freezer. I bought the Ninja machine. I just come and pour it in and I have food. I have everything that I need. So these are the things that you have to find that pen and a paper and write it down. So that way you are able to keep track of your progress. You cannot know how you're doing unless you're writing your progress, okay? So thank you so much for your patience. Team Kenya, you guys have a good night. And pray for me because I'm praying to get a studio. I need to put a shade like at the back of the house, back there. So that way I can do my show, because you hear there's a lot of noise around. The kids are moving in and out, the dogs are barking. But I'm going to create space. When we get to work, so I can take care of this order so I can earn my first paycheck for 2023. Thank you for watching. I really appreciate. I am not without you. You hear my son? The dishes are just falling. I'm telling you guys. 2022, I believe I'm going to. I hope I get us to 2023. I hope I get a studio because the noise here is too much. Thank you so much. If you've not liked my page, some of you watch me every day, but you've not liked my page. If you've not done that, I welcome you to like my page and share this video. And we are on YouTube. Thank you so much. And God bless you. Have a lovely weekend and take care of yourself.